Still Water Lies Part 1 title. The Night the Lake Didn't Part 1 title. The Night the Lake Didn't Stay Quiet Part 1 summary. A group of friends heads to a lake house to celebrate the 4th of July. What begins as a carefree weekend quickly turns uneasy as subtle tensions surface, especially around Malik, the only black friend in the group. When a late-night boat ride goes wrong, something happens that no one wants to talk about. By morning, Malik is gone, and the story everyone agrees to tell doesn't quite line up with what really happened. The lake looked like glass when they first arrived. Still. Reflective. Too perfect to disturb. Evan killed the engine as their SUV rolled to a stop near the dock, tires crunching gravel like they were stepping on something fragile. Fireworks cracked faintly in the distance, early celebrations from houses scattered along the shoreline. The air smelled like pine, gasoline, and summer heat just starting to cool. "Man," Trevor said from the back seat, stretching like he owned the place, "this is gonna be the weekend." "Your dad's paying for it," Ava shot back, stepping out and slamming the door behind her. Trevor grinned. "Exactly." They laughed, easy and loose, like nothing in the world could touch them. That's how it always felt at the start. Malik stepped out last. He didn't say anything at first, just looked at the water. His reflection stared back at him, slightly warped by ripples near the dock. He adjusted the strap of his duffel bag over his shoulder. "You good?" Jordan asked, walking past him with a cooler in both hands. "Yeah," Malik said. "Just quiet out here." "Yeah," Jordan said. "That's the point." But Malik kept looking at the lake a second longer than everyone else. Like he was listening for something. By sunset, the house was alive. Music pulsed through cheap speakers. Drinks clinked. Someone knocked over a chair, and nobody cared. The group, 8 of them total, moved between the kitchen, the deck, and the dock like they were in a loop they'd never have to leave. Ava leaned against the railing, watching Trevor and Evan argue about who was better at wakeboarding. "They're gonna hurt themselves," she muttered. "Let them," Lily said, sipping from a red cup. "Natural selection." Malik stood nearby, quieter than the rest, but not out of place. He laughed when it felt right, chimed in when it mattered. He wasn't an outsider, but he wasn't exactly at the center either. Not tonight. Not here. Trevor noticed him lingering. "Yo, Malik," he called out. "You coming out on the boat later or what?" Malik nodded. "Yeah. I'm down." "Good," Trevor said. "Midnight ride. No parents, no rules. Bad ideas only," Evan added. "Best kind," Trevor said. Malik smiled, but it didn't quite reach his eyes. The boat cut through the lake like it owned the water. Midnight had come and gone, and the sky was a mix of stars and fading smoke from distant fireworks. The group crowded onto the deck, some sitting, some standing, some already a little too drunk to care about balance. Music played low through a Bluetooth speaker, barely competing with the hum of the engine. Trevor drove. Evan sat beside him, pointing out nothing in particular. Ava and Lily were near the back, feet dangling over the edge. Jordan leaned against the side, watching the shoreline drift by. And Malik stood near the center, one hand gripping the rail. "You ever notice," he said, half to himself, "how quiet it gets out here?" "No," Trevor called back. "Because you keep talking." A few laughs. Malik smirked. "I'm serious. It's like, once you're far enough out, it's just you and whatever's under you." "Relax," Evan said. "It's a lake, not the ocean." "Still deep," Malik replied. No one answered that. It happened fast. Too fast for anyone to agree later on exactly how it started. 1 second, the boat was gliding smooth. The next, a jolt. A sharp, violent shudder that threw Ava sideways and sent Lily grabbing for the rail. "What the hell was that?" Jordan yelled. Trevor cursed, pulling back on the throttle. I don't know, I didn't hit anything. The engine sputtered. Then coughed. Then went quiet. The boat drifted. And then, water, Malik said. At first, no one understood. Then they saw it. A thin line at the bottom of the deck. Spreading. Is that, Lily started. Yeah, Malik said. That's water. It wasn't pouring in, but it wasn't stopping either. Okay, Trevor said, voice tightening. Everyone chill. It's probably nothing. Nothing? Ava snapped. The boat is literally filling with water. Not filling, Evan said quickly. Just taking some on. That's not better. Jordan moved toward the center, crouching to look closer. We need to call someone. Trevor hesitated. Do it, Malik said. There was something in his voice now. Not panic. Urgency. Trevor grabbed his phone, hands shaking just enough to notice. Yeah, we're out on Blackwood Lake, he said when the line connected. Boats taking on water. We might need, yeah, just come out here. A pause. Then louder, sharper, is he dead? Everyone froze. What? Ava said. Trevor's eyes darted across the boat. No, not dead, he's, hold on, Malik, someone shouted. Malik was at the edge now, looking down into the dark water. Hey, Jordan said, moving toward him. Don't, I think it's worse back here, Malik said, crouching lower. The boat tilted slightly. Not enough to flip. Enough to feel wrong. Get away from the edge, Ava said. But Malik didn't move. Malik, Trevor said, louder now. Get back over here. I'm trying to see where it's coming from. The boat shifted again. A sharper tilt. A scream. And then, a splash. Silence hit like a punch. Malik? Jordan said. No answer. Malik. Ava yelled. Ripples spread across the surface. Nothing else. Did he fall? Lily whispered. Trevor stared at the water like it might give him an answer. I didn't see, Malik. Jordan shouted again, dropping to his knees at the edge. A hand broke the surface. Then disappeared. Right there. Ava screamed. Jordan reached out, but he was too far. Grab him. Evan yelled. I can't, Malik. Trevor shouted, voice cracking now. Don't, just stay up. Another splash. Then nothing. No hand. No voice. Just the lake. Still again. Like it had swallowed the moment whole. Minutes stretched. No one moved. No one spoke. Then, finally, we have to, Lily started. We have to what? Ava snapped. Jump in? We don't even know where he is. We can't just leave him. I'm not saying we leave him. Then what are you saying? Trevor ran his hands through his hair, pacing in tight circles. Okay, we think. We think. Jordan stood slowly, staring at the water like he could will Malik back up. He was right there, he said. He was right there. Evan looked at Trevor. The call. Trevor blinked. What? The call, you said. I know what I said. Silence again. He looked down at his phone, still connected, still recording. By the time help arrived, the story had already started to change. He stayed behind, Ava said later, wrapped in a blanket she didn't remember getting. He said he was meeting someone. Yeah, Trevor added quickly. A girl. He didn't even come out with us. Jordan said nothing. Evan nodded like it made sense. Lily stared at the ground. The lake sat behind them, quiet as ever. 2 days later, they found Malik's body. But the lake wasn't the only thing holding secrets. And the story they told? It was already starting to crack.